and gentlemen, my today's lecture topic is border dispute between India and China. Currently, India is sharing border of 3,488 kilometers. But there was a time when China was not sharing a single border between India. It was a time of 7th century when Tibet used to share the border with the Indias. At that time, neither the British nor the Mughal Emperor were ruling the India. So at that time, when Tibet was ruling, when Tibet was there near the India, when the king of Tibet died, then their sons started fighting among themselves, and over 100 of years they kept fighting, and they divided Tibet into two parts: the West Tibet and East Tibet. And the West Tibet, where they renamed the West Tibet as Nagori, and they started ruling there. And when the king of the Nagori died, again the elder son, they renamed the West Tibet as Ladakh, and they started ruling there. Over a period of time, the Ladakh started expanding itself towards Tibet to take the control over trade routes. So in response, the 5th Dalai Lama, the ruler of Tibet, attacked back, and the area of Ladakh reduced. At that time, Ladakh took help of Mughal army and the war stopped. And the one treaty was signed between them. That is called Treaty of Sisul. That is still used by the Indian army for taking the control over the border near the China of Aksai, near the border of Aksai Chin. In the Treaty of Sisul, China agreed that the Aksai Chin is a part of Ladakh. Later on, when the Sikh invaded into the Dogra, and still they kept fighting for the trade route. At that time also, the treaty was signed, and the China agreed that Aksai Chin was the part of Ladakh, and still China was not showing Aksai Chin in their map till that time. And when time passed by, India was ruled by British, and the time comes when the great game was happening. The great game is known as the war between Russia and England. That time the Britishers were ruling the India. So Britishers were having fear that Russia may enter through the route of Tibet, Arunachal Pradesh, and the route of Sikkim. So they tried to secure the border between the Tibet and India. At that time, the British government appointed one civil servant called Johnson to survey the area of Ladakh and mark the border between the Tibet and India. So he marked the locations. That line is called the Johnson line, but China did not agree to that because British India kept all the tactical points into his map, and they gave rest of the part of the Ladakh to the China. But China did not agree to these maps, and they were threatening to join the Russia. In fear of that, British government reconsidered, and they introduced one more line called McDonald line. Presently, that is McDonald line. Currently, that is considered as the line of actual control in the area of Aksai Chin. Currently, that is called the line of actual control. And also, they were having the fear of that Russia may intervene through the Sikkim. So they went and had British government had a convention in the Sikkim called Sikkim Convention, where the China agreed to the border of Sikkim.
4 मिनट हो गए.
Stop कर दो.